Hi everyone, this is Masood from Bygone Chronicles. I usually blog on the aforementioned website, which is www.bygonechronicles.com, on the subject of history on various topics, historical topics, chronicling events, battles, civilizations, culture, people, and so on. For I believe history is not just a study of past, but a fascinating story of evolution of mankind in the face of adversity and challenges. This is the first time that I've decided to do a vlog, so please do tell me how you like it and do subscribe to my channel for more such interesting videos, and click on the bell icon to get instant notifications of any videos that I do and upload in the future. Well, today I'll be talking about masks, and you'd notice that there are masks all around us these days. Well, I'm not talking about these masks, which they say protect against COVID, but masks which are used during demonstrations, which are seen as a symbol of resistance and protest against political hegemony. Well, I'm talking about these masks. You would have seen them during protests and demonstrations, especially in the Western world. The first mask which I would be talking about today is this mask. You would have seen this mask in a lot of protests and demonstrations. In fact, the decentralized activist group Anonymous uses this mask in most of their protests and demonstrations. But whose mask is this? Remember, the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason and plot. We know of no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot.
Guy Fawkes stressed his intent to blow up the king and parliament. 3 scores of powder below poor England overthrown. By God's providence, he was catched with a dark lantern and a burning match. Hollow boys, let the bell ring. Hollow boys, God save the king.
God save the king. Well, this mask is the depiction of Guy Fawkes. Guy Fawkes wanted to blow up the British Parliament and kill the king, King James I. The reason that he wanted to blow up the Parliament and kill King James I was that in 17th century, it was actually in the year 1605 that he wanted to do this, and it was on the night of November 4th, the morning of November 5th, that the plot was discovered and he was unsuccessful. That is the reason that even today, that on 5th of November, England celebrates the bonfire night, where basically firecrackers are burnt and there's a bonfire, and the effigies of Guy Fawkes is burnt. So something very similar to what we do in Dasera to Ravan here. You'd be wondering why Guy Fawkes wanted to blow up the parliament and kill the king. One must understand that back in the 17th century, Britain was a very different society to what it is today. Today it is modern, progressive and secular, but back then it wasn't the case. It was something very similar to what we see in some of the countries. There were laws which made it difficult for people to practice their religious belief. England was a Protestant state, and Guy Fawkes and the other conspirators were Catholic. So there were laws made which made it difficult for Catholics to practice their religion. So as a matter of protest, Guy Fawkes and a couple of other conspirators decided to blow up the parliament. Again, it's important to know that back in the 17th century, there was no camera, so all that we have are paintings of Guy Fawkes. Guy Fawkes didn't look exactly like this. However, this illustration of Guy Fawkes was made by David Lloyd for the novel V for Vendetta. If you know, there is also a movie which came out in 2005 with the same title, V for Vendetta, where again the plot is that England is taken over by a repressive totalitarian regime, and there are archaic and despotic and repressive laws, and the main hero of the particular movie uses this particular masks and urges people to use this mask to usher in a revolution to throw this despotic rule. Since then, the mask has gained immense popularity and is used in various political protests against repressive government laws. So David Lloyd, in fact, said he's quite happy about people using this mask to protest against tyrannical rule, and that he's happy that this mask has become an icon of popular culture. So this was a short history about this particular mask. November 5th is just a few days away, and while we'd be celebrating Diwali here in India, there would be crackers being burnt in UK as well. The other mask which I'll be talking about today is this mask. This is the Dali mask. It became immensely popular after it was used in the web series Money Heist, which was aired on Netflix. This mask equally has a very interesting history behind it. Again, this is an actual depiction of Salvador Dali. Salvador Dali was a Spanish artist who lived between 1904 and 1989. He was known for his surrealistic paintings, and even today, to this day, his paintings are sold for millions of dollars in reputed international auction houses. Surrealism paintings or surrealism art, in simple terms, can be defined as something which goes against logic, which goes against rational thought, which is based on fiction. But it is not as simple as that. It was actually a cultural movement born in Europe after World War I, because people thought that being too rational and too materialistic was one of the chief reasons as to why the war occurred. Talking about Salvador Dali, he was quite an eccentric artist. The mask is quite a real depiction of how he looked like. He did have this long, thin, distinctive mustache. However, what his paintings or what surrealism stands for was very different to how Salvador Dali led his life. He led a very lavish lifestyle, and his political leanings were also very different. He was in fact removed from the surrealistic group because of his political leanings. He showed inclination towards fascism. He said things like Hitler turned Simon. He also in fact supported Francisco Franco, the Spanish general who ruled Spain as a dictator between 1939 and 1975. And today this mask is being used in political protests by Spanish workers in Puerto Rico, etc. And I find that quite paradoxical. So these were a few highlights about these masks. As I said, this is the first time I'm doing a vlog, so please do provide me feedback and also tell me what historical topics you'd like me to cover, and I'll try and make videos of them in the future. And before I conclude this video, a very special thanks to both my sons for allowing me to borrow their masks. Thank you.